Is everyone able to hear me well? Mohammed Irshad, Asya, Satish, Ganobar, Kellen. We are going to start in 3 minutes. We are waiting for others to join. Let them join and then we are going to get started. So we are going to do what we were doing last time. I mean, we were doing the same chapter, long time back, okay, when we were doing this HR thing. So we are going to continue with the same. This we have covered, right? Very good evening, Gracie. So all these stuffs we have done, right? We have even, like solved these questions. Now, this we have covered. Yeah, we have to do from here. Are you able to see the board properly? Are you able to see the board properly? Are you able to see the board properly? Please let me know in the chat box. Okay, great. Now, following the nationalization of banks in 1969, the government requires all nationalized banks to appoint an employee director to. No, this we have studied. Wait. I'll tell you from. Okay, we have to start from here. Wait. Now, forms of worker participation in management, okay, in different countries. Germany. So how, what is the place of employees in management in Germany? How they deal with it? Let's learn about it. The concept of co-determination in Germany in its formal sense has its origin as early as in 1835 when Professor Van Mohl, national economist, advocated for the association of worker representative in industry as their spokesman. Voluntary works councils were set up in Germany in 4 printing works way back in 1850. In 1933, Hitler banned all trade organizations and replaced them with workers' fund. The present system of the co-determination has its real origin when the trade unions were revived after Second World War. The trade union demand for parity co-determination led to the passing of Co-Determination Act of 1951. Now, what is this Co-Determination Act of 1951? Do you have any idea about it? Does anyone has got any idea about it? See, I'm going to teach you about this first and then we are going to do this in detail. See, when it comes to the Co-Determination Act, German labor law is distinguished by several acts that oblige capital and labor groups to seek peaceful solution to conflicts. Okay, there is a dual system of conflict arbitration on the other. Okay, so I'll tell you in short what is this act all about. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on the board. Just click on this link. Just click on this link, everyone out there. Just click on the link and try to watch that. Just watch this video. Then I'm going to explain it to you in detail what this co-determination is. Are you people watching it or not? Seher, Racy, Kelvin, Sanobar, Satish, Asya and Mohammed Irshad. Are you watching it or not? Asfar, are you able to hear me well? Okay. Asfar, are you able to hear me well? So see, okay, fine. Asfar, is this your first class? Oh yes, this is your first class. So this is the HR topic. Okay, why is it necessary for to have a place for employees in when taking management decisions? Okay, this is the chapter. This chapter is all about this. Why they need to give employees a chance to participate in management decisions. Why they should be given a chance. Why is it important? Okay, so this is what we were doing in this chapter. Okay, let me read this first and then I'm going to explain it to you. Okay. It introduced co-determination on the basis of parity, restricting it. What is this parity? What is the meaning of the word parity? A situation of equality. A situation of equality. Okay. Now, restricting it to coal and steel industry. Subsequently, in 1952, the Worker Constitution Law was passed, making it applicable to all industries. This law gave certain co-determination rights to the work councils. The Work Constitution Law was modified in 1972, which further extended the co-determination rights of the works to councils to various personal and economic matters. Thus, the parity determination in iron and steel industry was governed by co-determination law of 1951 and 1956, and in other industries were constitution laws of 1952 and 72. It became a matter of debate till 1975 whether co-determination should be extended to all industries, and if so, in what form. However, in April 1976, all the parties concerned came to an agreement and the new law was passed extending co-determination to all industries. Okay, the law came into force in July 1976. Now, co-determination has taken deep roots in the formal federal, good evening, of Germany and has become a way of life. Under German law, each company has two-tier board system consisting of a supervisory board and a management board. Okay, so this is what co-determination in German companies is all about. See, exclusive body of shareholders. Then there will be a supervisory board consisting of parity representation of shareholders, representatives and worker representatives, board of management and work council. Now, is my voice audible? Is my voice audible? Darshana, how about now? Now, let me tell you what this co-determination is all about. Okay. Let me explain it to you in detail. Okay, so I am just uploading one PPT on the board. See, this co-determination is followed in Germany. Now, what this co-determination is, what this co-determination law is. Okay, let's learn about it. Now, wait. So have you ever heard about this law, co-determination law in Germany? Has anyone ever heard about it before? Do you have any idea about it? Anyone out there? No? Okay. So let me explain it to you properly. See, in order to ensure the well-being of employees, every country just sees that, nowadays there is a trend. Yes, this is there in Germany, co-determination law. Okay. See, every country, in every country you're going to find companies, right? And if the companies want to do well, obviously they'll have to give give employees a chance to participate in management decisions. Then only they can, get the best from them, right? This is what we were learning in this chapter, right, everyone? Right or not? This is what we were learning, right? Now, so this co-determination is being followed in Germany so that, this can be practically applicable. This can be practically possible, to ensure that they also, take, this is a law actually, this ensures that they are being given a chance to participate in management decisions. This is taking a lot of time, so let me see. Wait, I'm going to open it at my end. Wait, I'm just going to open it at my end and I'm going to read it. Yeah. Yeah, it is followed in, this is not a case study, this is actually, I'm teaching them a HR chapter, okay, that is labor relations and industrial democracy. So this is what we are learning under this. Now, see, every country has their own, laws which ensures that, industrial democracy is being followed, okay. Now, so first of all, we're going to learn about Germany. So this next PPT which I'm uploading on the board, it has got, laws which is being followed in all the countries. Like different countries have got different laws to ensure industrial democracy. So how they follow it, this is what we are going to do under that. Now, so how it is being followed in Germany, let's learn about it. Now, labor relations in other countries, differing approaches to industrial relations. Germany, rights of workers are addressed more carefully by management. Union power in Germany is still quite strong. Union membership is voluntary, generally one union in each major industry. A minority of labor force is organized. Individual workers are free to negotiate either individually or collectively with management to secure wages and benefits that are superior to those spelled out in the agreement, even when covered by a labor contract. So this is how they, they favor their employees, okay? They value them. See, this is going to take time. This is a very big PPT, okay? So, wait, I have just pasted what was there in slides. Wait, I'm just going to see. Yeah, very good evening, everyone. I guess there are 2 new attendees in class today. See, it is going to take time, so let's do, one by one. I'm going to paste what is there in the slides here itself. Any new attendees in class today? Asfar, I guess this is your first class, and KP Ramakrishnan, this is your first class, I guess, right? Okay, so welcome to the class. I would request you people to be regular in class, and if at any point of time you are not able to follow anything, just raise your hands or put your queries in the chat box. Okay, and if your attendance is not up to the mark, your grades will be deducted. So just keep in mind that you are regular in class. And I teach business English, okay, business communications, case study, and HR. So today earlier I was teaching them this chapter. I'm yet to finish it, so I'm covering that only. The name of the chapter is Industrial Democracy. So see, I was talking about this, co-determination law, right? So to ensure industrial democracy, these points are being followed in Germany. This is what co-determination law is. Rights of workers are addressed more carefully by management. Okay. Union power in Germany is still quite strong. Union membership is voluntary. Generally one union in each major industry. A minority of labor force is organized. Individual workers are free to negotiate either individually or collectively with management, even if they have signed the agreement like labor contract. Still they can ask to, like raise the wage. Still they can ask for a wage hike. Fine, salary hike. Superior to those spelled out in the agreement. Fine, this is how they ensure industrial democracy. Fine everyone? Is it clear? Did you got it what co-determination is? Is it clear everyone? Mohammed, Asya, Satish, Sanobar, Kelvin, Racy, Asfar, Seher, Prabha, Mohammed, Darshana, Krishna, Ramakrishna, Dijesh. Now, let's go to this. See, this is what is being followed. Co-determination in German companies. You are going to find co-determination in German companies. What is this co-determination all about? General meeting, supervisory board, board of management, and then work council. Now, what is this general meeting? It is an annual meeting of all shareholders where all matters point. So, in general meeting, shareholders, all shareholders, they participate. And what do they discuss? They discuss matters pertaining to capital, stock, liquidation, election to the supervisory board, annual balance sheet, and so on are discussed. Members of the supervisory board are elected by the shareholders general meeting or appointed by certain shareholders or a class of shareholders. Fine. So in general meeting, all the shareholders can, it's okay. Okay, fine. All the shareholders can participate, and they generally, discuss about capital, stock, okay. And they also elect people for the supervisory board, okay. Members of the supervisory board. Fine. So it is members of the supervisory board are being elected during the general meeting. Fine. Or appointed by certain shareholders or a class of shareholders. Fine. Is it clear everyone? How about you, Prabhavati? You are not responding. Kelvin? Prabhavati? Okay, fine. Now, supervisory board. So this is what co-determination law is. Please pay heed to this. It consists of employees and shareholders representatives. So in general meeting, you are only going to find exclusive body of shareholders, but these shareholders only. In general meeting itself, the members of the supervisory board are being elected. Okay, and the supervisory board consists of employees and shareholder representatives. The worker representatives on the supervisory board are elected by the employees of the company through a system of electoral panels. Fine. Now, the number of members may range from a minimum of 3 to a maximum of 20 depending on the size of the enterprise. Supervisory board with 20 members are prescribed for companies employing more than 20,000 workers. So if the company is having more than 20,000 workers, you can have supervisory board there, like with 20 members. The chairman of the supervisory board is elected by the shareholder representative. It is stipulated that at least 2 members representing the workers on the supervisory board should be from plant itself. Yeah, good evening, Sandeep. Representing on each from the blue collar and white collar workers. Among the remaining workers, trade union executives from the outside may be elected. The supervisory board appoints and controls management board. So see, through general meeting, the members of the supervisory board are being elected, and what does this controls? The supervisory board. What does that control? management board and approves decisions of the major importance as provided by the laws of the company concerned. Supervisory board normally meets 4 or 5 times a year. The board gives decisions on important matters such as closure of plants, the opening of new plants, large investments and major changes of product. Now what is this board of management? This is being controlled by the supervisory board, right? Right or not? Now, it comprises of 3 directors representing the technical, financial and labor. Its members are full-time and are not allowed to sit on the supervisory board. So, board of management members cannot they cannot sit on the supervisory board. Okay. Its main responsibility is day-to-day operations of the enterprise. One of the directors on the board represents labor. His functions usually comprise personal administration and personal planning as well as social matters. His strength on the board of management is derived from support he has of the work council and worker representatives on the supervisory board. Through the management board usually makes the major policy decisions on such things as mergers, takeovers, closure of plants, increase of capitals and overall manpower planning. The supervisory board has formally approved such decisions. And under board of management you are going to find work council. Okay. The work council is not a management body like the supervisory board or board of management. It is not a joint body. Its representatives are elected by secret ballot by the entire workforce, both unionized and non-unionized. Okay. So let me sum it up in short, what these boards are all about. Okay. So under co-determination in general companies, you're going to find general meeting, supervisory board will be there, under that board of management will be there, and under that work council will be there. Fine. Now, just give me a moment, I'm going to share one image with you. Okay, just a second please. Okay. Let's learn about this code. Okay. Okay. See. First of all, you have already seen the image, but still I'm going to show you another one. See. For countries that border with Germany, it is important to understand the way in which management in this country it is necessary to adapt the Germany style if any difference occurs with German organizations. So what kind of work council occurs in, like Germany? You're going to find in Germany. What is the specific name? I have taught you that. Co-determination. Fine. Now, what is this all about? This challenge is caused by the difference that the top management in Germany has with the other top teams in European countries. Co-determination is a concept that allows workers a greater linkage to take management decisions on the management of organizations. So it emphasizes the equal right of workers and owners. So according to this act, both have got equal rights, workers and owners. Co-determination has been used in many European countries, but Germany is the strongest with the concept. This way, Germany wants to take the decision together, not only few in the top team, and get the best decision for the company involving the owners and the workers. Fine. Co-determination means workers are also involved along with the owners to take decisions for the company. The co-determination transformer can be competitive advantage if executed properly by managers and workers, involving in making strategic decisions for the company. So therefore, you can expect a better performance at work. However, it is important to note that culture facilitates the handling of these plans, because in a country where management is very hierarchical, the cohesion of unions and owners of the companies is very difficult to move forward. We can conclude that co-determination makes feel employees part of the company, right? They are being given equal opportunity to take decisions for the company. So they're going to feel privileged and they'll be more productive for the company. But well handled, the ideas presented by the workers can be productive, right, to the benefit of the company. It is important to understand the implication of the decisions that employee can make, because the focus is to create new ideas and work together to build a better organization and not to contradict the present manager. Otherwise, it could be a bail. Could be on bail. Fine. Did you understand what co-determination is? So they can take joint decisions, right? Now, just open this video. Just open this video. Everyone needs to play that video. Yeah. Just see that video. Everyone out there. Mohammed Irshad, Asya, Satish, Sanobar, Kelvin, Raisi, Asfar, Seher, Prabha, Mohammed, Darshana, KP Krishna, Dijesh, Sandeep and Sabit. These are general management topics, Dijesh. You are going to come across it. Is it clear, Dijesh? Of course, this is for first semester only. You are going to come across it. Yeah. I hope everyone is watching that video. Is it clear, Dijesh? Is it clear, Dijesh? I'm not asking. Okay. No. What is your question exactly? See, these are very general concepts from management. You should know about it. The laws I teach you under, HR. Now, is everyone done with the video? Prabhavati, how about you? Darshana? KP Ramakrishnan? Sabit? Kelvin? Okay. Now, can you see the PPT on the board? Okay, Sabit, we are going to wait for 2 more minutes for you. Now, let's deal how every country, see, in Germany, it's co-determination. Co-determination law is being followed so that, all the workers can get equal chances to participate in the management, because they are the people, shareholders, and these, like shareholders along with the employees, they actually choose a board of directors and they have the control over their decisions. So this is being followed in Germany, right? But different countries have got different ways of handling industrial democracy. So we are going to learn about it. As of now, we were learning about Germany, the co-determination law. This is being followed in Germany, strongly in Germany, but it is also being followed in other countries. But different other laws are also being followed in different other countries. So we are going to learn about it. Fine? Is it clear? Darshana, KP Ramakrishnan, Rajesh, Sandeep, Sabit, Mohammed, Prabhavati, Seher, Asfar, Raisi, Kelvin, Sanobar, Satish, Asya and Mohammed Rishad. Let's proceed ahead. I hope you people are able to see the board properly. Now, labor relations in the international arena. The US approach to labor relations. Collective bargaining, this we have learned. The process whereby formal labor agreements are reached by the union and management representatives. It involves the negotiation of wages, hours, and conditions of employment and the administration of the labor contract. This we have learned, right? Collective bargaining. Yes or no? What is collective bargaining? What is collective bargaining? I'll tell you. Let me enlighten you on that once again. Collective bargaining consists of negotiations between an employer and a group of employees so as to determine the conditions of employment. The result of collective bargaining procedure is a collective agreement. Employees are often representative in bargaining by a union or other labor organizations. Yeah. So collective is like all of them will form a group or a union and then they're going to negotiate with the employer over wages, hours, incentives. Fine. Are you people able to hear me well? Alright. See, in case of collective bargaining, all the employees will come up together and they will form a union, right? And the union has the legal authority to negotiate with the employer and administer the labor contract. Fine? Is this much clear? Shall we proceed to the next slide? Now, let's go to the next slide. So can you sum it up in a few lines what collective bargaining is? Can you sum it up in the chat box in few lines what collective bargaining is? Everyone out there. Yeah, please write it in the chat box what collective bargaining is. Everyone out there. Everyone needs to write that answer down in the chat box. Are you writing it? Okay, okay, fine. How about others? Okay. Now, steps of a grievance procedure. Efforts are made to solve problems at the lowest level of hierarchy as quickly as possible. See, if there is a problem, they try to solve it at the lower level of hierarchy as quickly as possible so that it doesn't get big. First step usually involves a meeting between the union representative, okay, at the operating level and the employee's supervisor. They attempt to agree on how to solve the grievance. So suppose if there is a grievance, the union representative, which represent the, collective employees, a collective group of employees, he or she is going to, meet with the employer supervisor and try to resolve the disagreement. Fine? Unresolved grievances may involve union officials and higher level management representatives. Okay, these conciliatory approaches usually solve the grievances. Suppose it is not being solved in the first case. Okay, then union officials and the higher level management representatives try to resolve that. Fine? Yes, Asfar, what is the issue? You have raised your hand. Tell me. Sometimes the matter ends up in the hands of a mediator or arbitrator. And if suppose suppose both of them, the employees supervisor and union representative, they are not able to sort out the issue. In that case, a mediator will be hired. They'll hire someone as a mediator, and he or she will try to resolve the issue. Fine? Is it clear? Just read what is there on slide, which is there on the board, and then we are going to proceed ahead to the next slide. Just read it on your own before we switch to next slide, before we jump to the next slide. Mohammed, Irshad and Askia and Satish, are you people there or not? When you are there in class, just try to participate actively. Don't be there in class for the sake of being there. If you are not inculcating knowledge here, there is no point in attending the classes. So it's a request. Please be prompt in your replies. Okay, now, mediator. Who is a mediator? A person who brings both sides, union and management representative together and helps them to reach a settlement that is mutually acceptable. Arbitrator, an individual who provides, mediator will try to resolve the fight by making them reach to a common decision, mutual agreement. But arbitrator, he or she is going to provide a solution to grievances that both sides have been unable to resolve themselves, and then both sides agree to accept. So did you got the difference between the mediator? Mediator will try to bring them to reach to a settlement. Okay, that is mutually acceptable. An arbitrator, he or she is going to provide a solution which both sides were not able to think on their own, and then both of them will accept it. Fine? Clear, everyone? Mohammed Irshad, Asya, Satish, Sanobar, Kelvin, Raisi, Seher, Darshana, Ramakrishna, Vijesh, Sandeep, Sabit, Asfar and Prabhavati. Okay, just read it on your own before we switch to the next slide. Sandeep, are you able to follow me? I cannot see your responses. Okay, fine. Just read what is there on the slide before we switch to the next slide. Done? Okay. Okay, fine. Now, let's move to the Next slide. Three of the most common arbitration approaches for resolving wage-related issues include 50-50 split, splitting the difference between the demands of two parties. Okay? Either or. Use an either or approach. One position is fully supported, another is rejected. What's fair? Determining a fair wage based on market conditions. So these are, arbitration strategies which is being adapted by companies to resolve them. Obviously not companies, but yeah, the arbitrators to resolve the fight between the union and obviously the employees. Fine? Okay. Now, they directly determine labor cost, productivity, and eventually even profits. Labor costs in the United States are lower in recent years than in most major industrial countries. Do you know that? Both of them will reach, both, union and the employee. They are going to, go for the same. They are going to nominate. Unless and until both of them agree to, hire someone as an arbitrator, they are not going to listen to his or her, right? So both of them are jointly going to do the same. Fine? Is it clear? Okay. No, it doesn't happen. In most of the cases, it doesn't happen. Okay. Thanks to union management cooperation, US companies have been able to introduce high-tech efficient machinery. Much of this outcome is a result of effective labor relations strategies. Fine? Is it clear how they resolve, how industrial democracy is being followed in US? Did you got it? Shall we proceed ahead to the next part? So this is the importance of having positive labor relations. If the employees are having positive labor relations, obviously, they're going to benefit like anything. It is going to, increase the productivity of the workers, and eventually, they're going to make a lot of profit. Fine? I know this chapter is a bit boring, but it's very important, so we have to cover it. Fine? Okay. Labor relations strategies vary greatly from country to country. The strategy used in one country is sometimes, it's not like all the countries are going to follow the same, labor relations strategy, and it is going to be different. Laws and obviously the labor relations strategies will be different from countries to countries. A number of factors can account for this. Economic development of the country. Entry strategies must often be modified. Yes. Changes in political environment, strike activity, other differences are more regional. Now, European firms typically negotiate agreements with unions at the national level. Do you know that? European firms are going to negotiate agreements with unions at the national level. Many European unions have more political power than US unions. So, when it comes to Europe, unions are really very, very strong, and they have more political power than US unions. Fine? Is it clear? Salaried employees in Europe, including those at managerial levels, often have unions of their own. So, in Europe, the salaried employees, they have unions of their own, and unions have more power, political power than US unions, European unions. European unions have existed longer than those of the United States and occupy a more accepted position in society. Fine? Just read it properly. Just read this properly. Is everyone done with it? Okay. Now, in developing and emerging economies such as China, India, and Southeast Asia, labor is less powerful, right? All of us, most of us are Indians, so we can acknowledge that. Unions are less prevalent. Workers are often compelled to accept conditions of work set by management. Right? In India, if they are asking us to do something, we have to do it. Right? We just cannot, like say no to them. Right? Unions and labours are not as that powerful as in Europe. So this is the percentage of trade union members 2001 in different countries. Okay, so you can see it here. Okay, now what happens in Great Britain? Let's learn about it. A labor agreement in Great Britain is not legally binding contract. Okay. Violations of the agreement by the union or by management carry no legal penalty. So if the union is violating the agreement or even management is doing that, there is no legal penalty for the same. So labor agreement in Great Britain, it's not legally binding. So if the union is breaking it or management is breaking it, they won't be, penalized for the same. Fine. British unions are relatively powerful and strikes are more prevalent than in US. So in British unions, they'll go and strike more often as compared to in US. Unions in US. British union membership has declined in recent years. British labour agreements do not legally include provisions for arbitration of disagreements or grievances. So if there is a grievance, or if both unions and management is not able to solve some, issue, they don't have the provision for this arbitration. Fine. Is this much clear? Okay. Now just read this slide on your own and then we are going to switch over to the next one. Okay, is this much clear? Now, Germany, we have already learned about it. Right of work, workers are addressed more carefully by management. Union power in Germany is still quite strong. Union membership is voluntary. Generally, one union in each major industry. A minority of labor force is organized. Individual workers are free to negotiate individually or, collectively with the management. So we have learned about this Co-Determination Act in Germany. Now, what happens in Japan? Social custom dictates non-conformational union management behavior. Okay. Provisions in Japanese labor agreements are usually general and vague, although they are legally enforceable. Agreement disputes are settled in an amicable manner through though resolved sometimes by third-party mediators or arbitrators. Labor commissions have been established by law. Okay. Japanese unions remain relatively weak. So in Japan, same as in India, unions are quite weak. And it's more of a social custom. Although they have some laws for the same, they are legally enforceable, but still the unions are very weak. Fine? China, India and Southeast Asia. Labor relations in the developing and emerging economies of the world are quite distinct from those in industrial democracies. Economic employment conditions generally favor owners over workers, right? So here in India and China and Southeast Asia, they are like emerging economies. So what you are going to find, owners have more power, they have, upper hand over workers. Workers have to do what they ask them to do. Employees have less power and are less likely to initiate actions or organize unions to negotiate. So if, what happens in India, we never negotiate over the, wage thing. We don't make a union and negotiate, over the, wage thing. Right? And same is applicable in, China also and Southeast Asia as well. Fine, everyone? Now, China. The Chinese economy has shifted from a command economy to a more market-led one. An increasing emphasis is being placed on the role of collective contract system. Integration of trade unions into a workplace management continues to prevent collective consultation from providing an adequate framework for the full freedom and regulation of labor relations. Labor relations in China has become a point of contention in traditional international trade and human rights discussion. So here also in China and India, there is not that much liberty to the labor class. That is what we can say. And East Asian countries like Cambodia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam. Many states are still focused on keeping labor movements in check, whether in the name of economic development, national. So, in these countries, they won't let the labor class, to emerge as a, like powerful, like force. They won't. They are just going to keep them in check because they think bosses have all the power. Employers have all the power. Labor movements are fragmented or constrained due to political environment. That is okay, but still, they are being curbed. Law doesn't support them. Labor relations in Southeast Asia have been influenced by market-based policies of international competition. Thomas Friedman, the world is flat. Is it clear how it operates in this, Southeast Asian country? So in which economy, like labors are very powerful. I have already taught about the same. Can you just name it? I think in European economy, the labor class is the most powerful of all, right? Right, everyone? Just Kelvin is responding. Sabit, Sandeep, Vijesh, Prabhavati. Now strike. Now what is a strike exactly? A collective refusal to work to pressure. Are you people? The employees can form a union and they can go on a strike. So to force them to listen to the union's demand. Lockout. What is lockout? A company's refusal to allow workers to enter the facility. So when there is a labor dispute when there is a dispute in between the company and labor, and they just don't allow the workers to enter the company at the time of dispute, that would be a lockout. Workers are not allowed to work. Fine? Is it clear? So annual average days lost due to labor disputes, and both suffer losses, whether it's a labor or an employer. When there is a dispute and whether they go on strike or whether it's a lockout. So can you see? It is maximum in Iceland and minimum in Austria. So you can say, like what happens when, like laborers go on strike. So it's not only, a trend in India, as far as we see. It also happens in, other countries of the world, like Iceland, Spain, Canada, Denmark, United States, New Zealand. Industrial conflict around the world. United States, most U.S. labor contracts have a specific provision that outlaws strikes. So in U.S. labor contracts, they don't, favor strikes. The sudden or unauthorized strikes, commonly called wildcat strikes, are uncommon. So you are not going to hear about strikes more often in U.S. because their, labor contract doesn't support that. The grievance procedure, and if there is a disagreement, they resolve it through arbitrators or mediators. Grievance procedure is there, but they cannot go on a strike. They are not allowed for the same. Once the contract period is over and if the new one is not successfully negotiated, workers may strike or continue to work without a contract while threatening to walk out. Management also may lock out the workers, very rare. So you are not going to see this lockout thing in US. It's very rare there. Okay, so we are done for today. We are going to continue with the same in the next class. Okay, that is tomorrow. Please be there and don't forget to fill the feedback form. Okay, just put them in comments there. Good night. Take care. Bye.